Govinda Bhujaguptayam Dwaravathyam Kurudvaha Avatseen Narado Bhikshnam Krishnopasana Lalasaha Konurajan Indriyavan Mukunda Charanambujam Nabhajet Sarvado Mrityuhu Upasya Mamarottamaihi Tamegadatu Devarshim Vasudevo Grihagatam Archidam Sukhamasinam Abhivadyedam Abravid Bhagavan Bhavado Yatra Swastaye Sarvadehinam Kripananam Yatha Pitroho Uttama Shloka Vartmanam Bhutanam Devajaritam Dukkhaya cha Sukhaya cha Sukhayaiva hi sadhunam Twadrisham Achyudatmanam Bhajantiye yatha devan Deva api tathaivadan Chayeva karma sajivaha Sadhavo dinavatsalah Brahman tathami pruchhamo dharman Bhagavatan tava Yan shrutva shraddhaya martyo Muchyade sarvado bhayad. Did you like the recitation? Shall I do it again? Or it will all be Greek to you. Govinda Bhujaguptayam Dwaravatyam Kurudvaha Avatsihi Avatsit Narado Bhikshnam Krishna Darshana Lalasaha. I would like you to be very imaginative. Let us all go to Dwaraka. In my writing, when I was presenting this chapter, I was giving a beautiful description of Dwaraka. The manner in which it was built, how many crossroads were there, how the roads were all laden with emerald, that Marataka, you see, that kind of a stone. And beautiful places, many things were there. Now I have no time to go into it. Govinda Bhujaguptayam Dwaravatyam Kurudvaha Dwaraka. That wonderful place Sri Krishna built in order that all the residents of Mathura would become safe and Jarasandha would not be able to attack them and assault them. That was the purpose for which Dwaraka was made. And everything was going on well there. In Dwaraka, Govinda Bhujaguptayam, protected, cared and beautifully administered by Sri Krishna's own hands. He Kurudvaha, Avatsid, Naradaha, Abhikshnam. Sage Narada, the Narada Maharshi used to go there. Frequently and sometimes infrequently he used to go there. Why? Krishnopasana lalasaha. This one word is sufficient to fill you with devotion. Krishnopasana lalasaha. He developed a kind of longing and aspiration, a fondness for worshipping Krishna and being in his proximity. Any devotee must have this kind of a feeling. You must like your God. You must be fond of this God. It is not that you take baskets full of flowers and then chant the mantra. That is not. Your heart should be saturated with fondness for the Lord. Talk to Him, converse with Him, discuss with Him whatever you want. Make Him a friend. Make Him very close to you. Never consider Him to be anybody distant, anybody invisible. Certainly not. He is a presence enfolding everything, engulfing everything. You are yourself in Him and He is actually in you as well as surrounding you. That kind of an understanding you must have. Fondness is the one aspect of devotion. Guileless fondness, guileless proximity. It is something that your mind has to think. So Narada was always living in the ecstasy of devotion. He was taking his veena or tambura and then he went on singing the name of Krishna. Whatever he saw in Dwaraka, he went there, coming to know that Sri Krishna has married 16,008 women. What? 16,008 women. And Sri Krishna is hosting all of them in Dwaraka. So let me find out what is the truth. So he went there. First he went to Rukmini's palace. The moment he stepped in there, before that, Krishna saw him, rushed him, embraced him, brought him, made him sit, washed his feet and sprinkled the water on his own head. And Rukmini was wondering, what is this? What person is this? An ascetic has come, a Maharshi and come and see what? And he started fanning him. So Rukmini took the fan and started fanning. He went on to Satyabhama's palace and all the other palaces. Wherever he find a new Krishna doing something else. I have no time to discuss it. If the telecast continues, I may discuss this subject, Krishna's household life. I think all of you should do well if you think and read about Krishna's household life. So, who was the original Krishna? Nobody knew. Everywhere was Krishna. Was Rukmani's Krishna the original Krishna? Or Satyabhama's Krishna the original? And who are the duplicates? So, he found 16,008 Krishnas. At the same time, engaged in different types, a variety of activities. He was satisfied. Ever since then, he was singing the glory, the greatness, the splendor and the grandeur of this Krishnatva. When he was living, now and then he used to go to Dwaraka palace, and in the Dwaraka palace his only idea was, somehow I should live in the proximity of Krishna. My dear souls, with the power of imagination, I would like all of you to go to Dwaraka and be present, at least to listen to the conversation that is going on. Between whom? Between Vasudeva, Krishna's father, and Narada, a sage. Are you imaginating? Krishna's father. Govinda Bhuja Guptayam Dwaravatyam Gurudvaha Avatsid Narado Abhishnam Krishnopasana Lalasaha. You must have that lalasa to do the worship or contemplation of God. I only want you to have a fondness, a characteristic, a guileless, an innocent, an unbridled, a very, very, very puerile fondness for the Lord. Nothing else is required. All the other things are unnecessary ostentation. Ostentation. All that is required is a fondness of your heart. Konurajan Indriyavan Mukunda Charanam Bhujam Nabhajet Sarvato Mrityuhu Upahasyam Amarottamaihi. Konurajan Indriyavan Mukunda Charanam Bhujam. Why did he go? He was already a sage, an illumined one, an enlightened one, a fulfilled one. Why should he go? No matter whether there is a knower of truth, a great knower, whenever there is a person like Sri Krishna, a Mahatma even, we would always like to be in the company of such people. Mukunda Charanam Bhujam, the lotus feet of Mukunda, the Moksha Dada, the bestower of liberation. Whoever has got senses, eyes, whoever has got ears, those eyes are to be employed in seeing Lord Krishna, looking at his lotus feet, in listening to whatever he said. If you have senses and you don't employ them devotionally, piously, to have at least intermittent exposure to godliness and God's beauty, glory, exploits and the like, what are your eyes worthy of? What are your eyes worthy of? And what are the ears worthy of? If we have eyes, we must employ them. We must employ them to see the idols of God, holy places. Visit the precincts of the Mahatmas, the knowers of truth, who always live in the ecstasy of the spirit, who is always soaked and engulfed by the inner spiritual splendor. Yes, the inner splendor, the spiritual splendor, the splendor that comes from your spirit, from your mind and heart. Na bhajet sarvato mrityuhu upasyam amarottamaihi. What is the nature of Krishna's feet? Upasyam. They are even to be worshipped by amarottamaihi, even by super gods and super angels. Na bhajet sarvato mrityuhu. Why are we interested in worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord? Because we are engulfed by, encircled by, surrounded by sarvato mrityuhu. Everything in this world is perishable. Our body is also perishable. Having a perishable body which goes on degenerating and perishing every day after 21 years. And the world also undergoing transformation. The earth is aging, the sun is aging, the moon is aging, the universe is aging. Yes or no? So everywhere we are surrounded by a getting destroyed world, having been engulfed, enmeshed, surrounded by them, steeped in them. Na bhajet sarvato mrityuhu upasyam amarottamaihi. Having hands, feet, eyes, ears, etc. Should we not employ them to worship the Supreme Lord? That Narada, therefore, because he was interested in having some proximity with Krishna, now and then he used to visit when Krishna was available. And he was living almost as a guest, an honored guest. Krishna also had a lot of respect for him. They were very proximate, no doubt. But Narada was respected by Krishna and Krishna was adored by Narada. Both of them were very intimate. So he was moving about in Dwaraka. He happened to, by chance, he visited one day Vasudeva's house. After all, it is Krishna's father, Vasudeva. Let me go and see, inquire about their welfare. Tamegada devarshim Vasudevo grihagatam archidam sukhamasinam abhivadyedam abravid. Whenever you see a friend, what will you do? You will invite him, ask him to sit. And if it is an ordinary friend, you are a householder, he is also a householder, you will discuss about your household matters. Here it is Narada, the sage Narada who has come. So he was received, he was seated. And after seating him, Tamegada devarshim Vasudevo grihadagadam archidam sukhamasinam. He invited him, made him sit, did the ceremonial worship to his feet, and he also expressed his greetings, adorations, submissions and the like, and then he spoke something of your heart. Are you following me? Huh? Bhagavan bhavado yatra swastaye sarvadehinam krivananam yatha putroho uttama shloka vartmanam. Just see. I sometimes wonder, have you ever understood the cultural backbone, the cultural pulsation of this great holy country? To whom are we giving the highest place in our land? We are not giving the highest place to kings and emperors. Certainly not. In our country, the president may be the administrative head, the constitutional head. But our president is not certainly the most adorable citizen in the world. I don't know whether I am speaking wrong or right. We have the prime minister. Yes, he is an administrative head. Lawfully, he is okay. I always want to ask, by the way, the president has a lot of security. He is the president elected by the people here. Elected by an electoral college. The college is elected by the people. So the president is elected. He is the president because of our citizenly votes. Now he has all the recourse to a lot of security. But the people in this country are not having security for themselves. Is there any greater anomaly? I would like this question to be asked of our president. You have no right to ensure your security as long as you are not able to give security to the people. You are made the president to secure the citizens of the country. We don't want terrorism in our land. We don't want lawlessness in our land. We want a lawful land, a peaceful land, a constitutional land where every one of us will be able to live, move and act freely without any hindrances. As long as our government is not able to ensure this, do you think they can have access to all the security? It is the taxpayers' hard money that they are extracting and spending. At the same time, they don't give us anything in full. I am not blaming the government. I am trying to critically analyze a function and make ourselves understand that we are the citizens and we should understand. This is an extension of what I said. We have the president, we have the prime minister, we have a number of chief ministers. But the hearts and the minds of the people do not adore them. We always adore the Mahatmas, the spiritually enlightened people. You will find this conversation also is taking place between Parikshit, the great Maharaja, and an Avadhuta, a spiritual hippie, Shukamuni. Just see the two. The Maharaja is falling at the feet of a 16-year-old ascetic, and he is patiently listening to him for 7 days in order to have liberation for his heart, to save himself before Takshaka's fateful bite. Am I correct or not? Do you appreciate? No. I am sometimes feeling very sorry. What happened to all of you? Why don't you understand the civilizational refinement of this country? We do not live for the sake of the body. We eat to preserve the body. We don't preserve the body to eat. We are eating only to preserve the body, and the body itself is preserved so that it can be employed by the mind and the intelligence. And the worth of the mind is its purity. The worth of the intelligence is its ability to reveal to you the supreme truth of the inner spiritual splendor. So our mind is mind only when it is pure, not otherwise. And the purity will not come from what? From all these sources. It can come to you only from a person like Narada. So Vasudeva, Krishna's father, greeted him, and he is submitting before him a very, very heart-moving statement. Are you understanding? Huh? Tamekadadu devarshim vasudevo grihagatam archidam sukhamasinam abhivadyedam abravit bhagavan bhavato yatra swastaye sarvadehinam. I don't have, what shall I say, how to convey this majesty, the magnificence of this statement, the meandering, the travel, and the different types of journey that people like you undertake. Oh, Narada Maharshe, swastaye sarvadehinam. It is to bestow and ensure the mangalya, the auspiciousness, the welfare of all beings. You are all living in your houses, you go to the office spots and you come away. Wherever you walk, are you walking with a feeling of benediction for all concerned? Tell me. My question is not clear. I am living as a family member. Myself first, my family next. All of them, both of us should be all right. I care a hoot for the others. This is your feeling. But these are Mahatmas, high souls, who always think of the welfare of all concerned. So he says, Bhagavan bhavato yatra, your yatra, swastaye sarvadehinam. It is for ensuring the felicity, the welfare, the auspiciousness, the comfort, contentment, the fulfillment of all beings. In which manner? Kripananam yatha putro pitroho uttama shloka vartmanam. Why is it that you are so? Because you are always trekking the path of the uttama shloka, the path of godliness, the path of spirituality, the path of the inner splendor. That is what you are treading and trekking. Such people, kripananam yatha pitroho. Suppose there is a family, very poor family. The children are there. The father has gone away. After some time for employment, he went away. He comes back once in a year. When they understand that the father is coming, they will be so anxiously waiting for all of them. Something the father will give. I have been missing him, so I am going to be freely sporting on his lap. This kind of a feeling they will have. Exactly in the same manner, your visit, your travel is always to ensure the welfare, the well-being of all concerned. So please come. I am very happy that you have visited me. Then he makes a presentation. This is Sreemad Bhagavata's presentation. I am wondering whether you will follow me and understand. Will you? I have a doubt. Bhutanam devacharitam dukkhaya cha sukhaya cha sukhayaiva hi sadhunam twadrisham achyutatmanam. What is this? Narada Maharshi came to Vasudeva's house. He welcomes him and he starts praising him. Your very sight, your very association is something unearthly, the like of which we cannot find anywhere. What about the gods and goddesses we are worshipping? They are useless, he says. What? Srimad Bhagavata says, they are more selfish than human beings. Bhutanam devacharitam dukkhaya cha sukhaya cha. For the beings upon the earth, devacharitam, the history, the behavior, the character of the so-called gods and goddesses. In Hinduism, we have 33 crores of gods and goddesses. All their behavior, he says, dukkhaya cha, sukhaya cha. Their behavior conduces to the affliction, torment, grief and misery of the people, and also a little comfort and contentment. Are you able to hear? Understand? Can you have the confidence? Their behavior is conducive to not alone the contentment of the people, also to the discontent, the misery and the affliction. On the other hand, sadhunam, of the Mahatmas, of the spiritually magnificent people, the knowers of truth, sages like you, O Narada, sukhayaiva hi sadhunam. Your association will only bring about welfare and happiness, not the opposite. Just see how Sreemad Bhagavata critically evaluates our addiction to the superhuman deities. What are these deities doing? You know, we have a number of deities. Indra is responsible for rain. Varuna is responsible for lightning and thunder. So many other things are there. So by their behavior, by their existence, what happens? Sometimes we will have excess shower and the whole place will be flooded. There will be slush. A number of worms will be there. We will not be able to. Harvest will be destroyed. Suddenly flowers have become costly. Why? There was flood somewhere. So do you think they always favoreth with a fortune? Certainly not. You will find suddenly lightning is there, thunder is there, earthquake is there, cyclone is there. This is all controlled by different deities. So don't think that in their company or with their grace we can be all right. So we are all suffering. They bestow upon us sufferings as well as fortunes, you can say, happiness as well as misery. On the other hand, sukhaya ivahi sadhunam twadrisham achyudatmanam. People like you, and he describes Narada to be achyudatma. Now these are the words that you should try to think about. Then only your devotion will grow deeper and deeper, more and more wholesome. Achyudatma means those people who are given to thinking about, remembering and contemplating upon the infallible Lord. What? The infallible Lord. We are living bodily upon the earth, but mentally we are living upon the infallible Lord. You may live anywhere bodily in your house. You may have married, you may have children. All these are biological and physical relationships. Where is your mind seated? The mind should be always lodged in the thought, memory and contemplation of the Lord. So you should become an achyutatma. Twadrisham achyutatmanam. Association with you, deriving or gaining your blessings will always be conducive to the supreme and wholesome welfare of the people. Bhajantiye yatha devan, deva api tathaivatan. Acha, by the way, all these discussions shall I do? Are you finding it interesting? Really? Bhajantiye yatha devan, deva api tathaivatan. You worship and adore the gods. You worship and adore me. I will also adore you. Suppose you stop worshipping, I will pelt stones. This is their behavior, he says. Bhajantiye yatha devan. In which manner you worship the superhuman powers. Deva api tathaivatan. Suppose you give them a beautiful worship for 10 days, they will be smiling. On the 11th day you could not do. They will be frowning at you. You understand what I say? See, Sreemad Bhagavatam critically evaluates what people generally think about the superhuman deities like Indra, Chandra, Varuna, etc., etc. Throw them all away. Install the Supreme Lord in your heart. And that is what is required, for which you must have exclusiveness, wholesomeness, unflinching fondness, unobstructed love and reliance, so to say. Chayeva karma sajivaha. Their activities and responses. Whose activities and responses? The superhuman powers, deities, Vedas speak about. Their responses are like Chayeva karma sajivaha. You lift your hand, your shadow also lifts the hand. You put it down. In the same manner, it is always related to the kind and the quantum of what you do. If you give them a pot full of something, they will give you a pot full of blessing. Suppose you don't give, they won't not give. Understand? No. Really understand it. Chayeva karma sachivaha. Sadhavo, sadhubhushana, deenavatsalaha. On the other hand, sadhus, mahatmas like you, they are always deenavatsalaha. It is their very nature to be affectionate, to be loving, to be considerate, to be excusing, to be embracing the poor people. They don't look for any gain at all. Deenavatsalaha chayeva karma sajivaha sadhavo deenavatsalaha. You know, whenever we speak about Mahatma, Sreemad Bhagavatam gives a lot of importance to sajjanas, sajjana samsarga. Always looking for and being in the company of great and lofty people, high-souled devotees. That sajjana samsarga is the only way you can elevate your mind. You may have money, you may have pomp, you may have glory, you may have education, you may have friends, you may have prosperity. Of no avail, no avail. Unless you are able to fall at the feet of Mahatmas and get the head smeared by the dust of their feet, there is no salvation, as Prahlada puts it in Srimad Bhagavatam.